Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Go ahead. Pain in the ass. Okay, there we go.
15-year-old Matt Patrick was not the person you see today. He was an energetic, unstoppable teenager that was ready to seize every opportunity the world had to offer. He was popular among his peers, the leader of his pack. All the girls wanted to date him, and the younger kids all looked up to him. The previous summer, he begged his parents to go haying. He wanted to work a ranch, so they called all around the Big Hole until they finally found the Hersheys, who needed some hands. Matt and two of his friends were perfect candidates, and they were welcomed into a bunkhouse with beds 4 deep and 2 high. It was thick with dust and cobwebs, and it hadn't been occupied in quite some time. But it was their home for the next few months, and they loved it. Despite the living quarters, they had a great time together. They met great people like Boxcar Willie, who could tell stories for days. For these boys, it was like a scene in a movie. They would all gather in one of the bunkhouses at the end of the day and come up with the craziest ideas. Things like jumping off the loft into big piles of straw, or taunting the other hands through the night. It was stuff sure to impress their parents. More than anything, though, they enjoyed the satisfaction that comes from a hard day's work. They woke every morning, working until the sun went down, and could see the results of their labor at the end of the day. Hay was stacked up and stored away. They came home at the end of the summer with decent paychecks and were set to do it all over again the following summer. Life was good. Matt came out of that summer looking forward to his next birthday. He was more than anxious to get his driver's license and couldn't wait for the freedom that would come with it. The night before was tragic, though. He took off on his motorcycle and everything changed.
On October 10th, 1994, it's a date I'll never forget. I was hit by a car while riding my motorcycle I suffered a traumatic brain injury. I was in and out of different facilities over the next several years because of it. I did rehab in Missoula, was sent to Billings, and then moved to Helena. Finally made it to a supported living environment in Whitehall before finding my way back to Butte. During this time, I lost all of my friends. Their lives went on. Mine stood still. No one kept in touch. My sister became angry. We shared a lot of the same friends, and she didn't know how to deal with it. My brother felt guilt. He thought he could have prevented me from riding that night. My parents have done almost everything imaginable to help out, but this has been hard on them. It's been hard on them too. Statistics show that most couples are unable to endure this kind of thing, but somehow mine have. Thanks, Mom and Dad. I used to be so independent, but now I rely on others for almost everything. Life is much slower now. My typical day is spent watching TV and talking to my parents on the phone. Occasionally, I'll get out to a car show or some other event in town. I've started hobbies like collecting toy cars, hats, and even painting. I got a small vending machine business.
What do you call that business, Matt?
That business is Patrick Vending.
Are you rich yet?
Not even close, but it's all right. I'm making $1 million a quarter at a time. But it's nothing like the things I used to do. I miss my friends. I miss what my life used to be. I guess it's all part of the dance. There's a dove. Oh, thanks, bud. Never say goodbye. And now I'm glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go. Life's aren't left to chance. Could have missed the pain, but I'd had to miss the dance. And that's her. What's your name? Natalie. Okay, good.
2 nights in a row.
You're lucky. You know, some would call it luck, but you'd just be happy with it. If that's what you want, Heather. Thanks, Cass.